We didn't listen to any music, but I know that's been kind of becoming our thing. It's more about talking than about music.
Well,
But,
I was gonna say just before, if we are finishing up, just I wanted to say something about the YouTube channel.
Yeah, okay, go for
and
it.
I did some was looking at the analytics earlier, and
Me too.
yeah, it's going well, surprisingly.
It's going well.
I don't know why.
What?
I think since we stopped concentrating on the music and it's more about the talking about everything, including music. I think it seems to be going better. We've got more views, more watch time, and more subscribers than we had before. So one of the things we might want to think about doing is maybe pivoting the channel a little bit in that direction. You know, I think a lot of our sort of branding, if we've got that, is about the music side of it, and maybe if we can find a way to debrand that down into more in the sort of conversational way and try and target, you know,
So change it from the listening eyebrow to the furrowed eyebrow.
something like that. Something like that, yeah. Or just the eyebrow. The eyebrow would be good, you know, because that's the way we refer to it. So we could
true.
We could do that, you know, and
Yeah.
do some rebranding around that idea.
Well, the one thing I had to notice too is like I can't trust my fans' opinion of the show because I have a few friends that listen to the show, and they've been getting more and more disappointed with the way we've been going because they like the long music shows because that's what they like. They like from me. I'm the music guru in their life, right? But unfortunately, fortunately for us, I mean, I don't care one way or the other. We're not doing the show for our friends. We're doing the show for ourselves. And personally, I like the idea of trying to achieve the most views and subscriptions as possible. That's kind of what we're doing here. So I look at it like a fish traveling up the river. We should go at the path of least resistance. So whatever's working for us, we should continue to go that direction. And personally, I enjoy these ones more than the listening ones anyway. I enjoy listening. I enjoy tremendously listening to music with you, but I haven't been able to put myself in a mind space yet where I'm able to completely let my guard down and talk about the music as if no one else is listening. But our conversations happen that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
It's the kind of difference between just the flow state that we get into when we're talking. You know, because I think you and I are both sort of in that zone where when we've got something to say, we can get into that flow state where it comes out easily and it informs our next thought and all of that kind of stuff. And we have we're sufficiently educated in the ways of the world to have lots of things to say about things. But when it comes to music, it is harder because you're kind of constricted by what the music did. And whilst that's always a wonderful, wonderful landscape, I don't think we've ever listened to anything that I've never listened to anything you've presented that I've hated. There's been nothing. It's always been a wonderful kind of opening the door to something that I wouldn't have listened to myself, or something that I would have, which I'm glad to listen to again, or however it's working. But once that listening experience is over, then you're back into the conversation and you have to talk about it. And the freedom that we have to speak about anything we want goes away, and you have to focus on the music. You know, you either have to be introducing it with some notes or whatever it is that you do, or reacting to it, and then you have to. It's less of a flow state for us. I think it's becomes more like journalism, reportage. It's like trying to think, how can I say something about this piece of music that will make it more meaningful to people than just listening to it themselves. And that's more difficult, I think, to do. And it's not that I mind the difficulty of it. It's that since we've stopped doing that so much, our channel's got better and better. So what we should probably do is think about that, but also try putting in some music. Maybe next time we speak, we can just concentrate on music and see what effect that has on the channel. See if by putting in half a dozen different music ones rather than the talky ones, see if that, you know, if it takes another surge up or if it stays static or goes down, then we'll know. Because I mean, we don't have to be doing any of this. we're only doing it because we enjoy doing it. I mean, that's really why, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah, you know, and I know that it kind of obviously we've both been bouncing this idea around our head before we even met each other about how to do something like this, and we both had the same similar desire, and like you said, we both find our conversations incredibly rewarding and unique. You know, so it's
more
worth
than
sharing,
that, though. It's more than that, though, Chris. I would say it's our obligation to make these conversations and to put them up and have other people listen to them. If for no other reason than we might be the only people in the world saying these things the way that we say them. True. Because there's this kind of false impression that people have that everybody's just the same. We're all really just the same underneath. You know, that we're not all unique snowflakes. Well, we are. We are. I'm sorry to say, for those people who think that humans are the worst thing that ever happened to the planet, they're not. We are the pinnacle of what this planet has to offer. And when we create art, or when we meet and we talk and we discuss ideas, that is the very thing that we should all be doing as much as possible. It's almost an obligation on us. If we have the ability to do that, and we're given the technology to do that, like we're using here, whether it's listening to music or just talking about things, I almost feel as though that's an obligation on us to do that. So it's more than just we enjoy it. It's actually, that's what everybody should be doing this if they can. There should be 1 million channels, each getting 1,000 views a week, rather than one channel getting 2 billion views a week. You know, we should all be trying to make sense of this madness that we're part of.
Well, you're right. And especially in a time right now where it's hard to believe that we're in a time again that where ideas are becoming dangerous. I don't think ideas are dangerous. I'm saying they're being ideas that question the agenda have become labeled dangerous, regardless of how wholesome or honest or beautiful they might be. You know, and I think it's important to do this because who knows? I mean, what we're doing right now could be illegal in 5 years, the way things are going. I'm not trying to sound like an extremist.
Well, it could be much more difficult to do if they have their way, because, you know, who would have thought 10 years ago that we'd all be considering whether we should switch on our electrical devices, you know, because energy is becoming so expensive that we can't afford to do things that we used to just think nothing of. You know, and that our governments would be actively trying to literally take away our power, take away our agency in the world by making the way that we do that, i.e. using electricity and gas and all the rest of these things, making that so expensive we can't do any of these things. So you're right. I mean, it might be that YouTube could change its terms and conditions and say you can't upload videos until you pay this fee, or you have to have so many subscribers to upload so many videos, or whatever it might be. They can make any rules that they want, can't they? So it might not be a case of it's illegal, but we might be in a golden age. I mean, in some ways that could be true. We could be at a place where we can still do this. I mean, there's been rumours about Bandcamp might be sort of pivoting or going away. I haven't read too much about it, but you know, things change all the time, and while we've got the opportunity to do this, I think we should do it, whatever it is we're doing.
No, I agree, and I do. I find it very rewarding. I don't listen ahead after you've edited the episodes. I listen to them as they come out, and so it's nice for like every other day right now where I wake up and go to work and there's like an 8-minute eyebrow I get to listen to again, and I find it really enjoyable to listen to like a 10-minute conversation of you and I. Half the time I forgot we had the conversation, even if it was a week before. I'm like, I don't remember even having this conversation. It's amazing how much that flow state becomes almost like it disarms you, you know, and it's.
Yeah, the other thing that happens is that when you're in that flow state, you're constantly monitoring what you're saying. You know, you're constantly thinking there's this kind of evaluation of what you've said, and you know, you might have to correct something that you said. So there's this constant evaluation. So you're really in a kind of performance mode when you're actually talking, and then when you listen back to it, that's all gone away, and you're just listening to the end result, and you're not going through that. So yes, your awareness of it is entirely different. A lot of times I've thought, I mean, I haven't emailed you very often or messaged you very often to say, should I put that in? Because most things I think we know what the parameters are, where the boundaries are. But there's one or two things, only once or twice in all the hours of conversation that we've had, where I felt I needed to check something with you and say, should I put that in? Or things that I've edited out because I thought, well, that was, I can't believe I said that. But that's happened like once or twice, you know. The rest of the time when I listen to it, I said, yeah, that all made sense. Whereas at the time I was thinking, I might have to think again about that. Was I off the scale there? But no, it's just conversation. You know, it's not. I don't think we're committing anything to, sort of any legal status or anything. It's just two guys talking about the things that are happening to them and the things they see happening in the world, and their art, which is the most important thing, because that's the thing that we've got to offer that other people haven't, is our.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just two blokes talking. It's just two blokes.
True.
What do they know? But go and listen to the art. Go and listen to the thing that brought us together, and then come and listen to us, and that maybe is the most valuable thing that people can do.